Hi students, how are you? Let us continue with the chapter metals and non-metals. In the previous video, we had discussed about how the metals are going to react with water. Cold water, hot water and steam we had discussed. And now we are in the next concept of that reactivity of metals with acids. You are well familiar with this because we had already learned this one in the chapter number 1 under activity 1.2, and we got the same in the second chapter, acids, bases and salts. So based on our previous experience with this topic, we can say metals can react with acids. They will form metallic salt as well as they will release hydrogen gas. Yes or no? Metal plus acid, they will give salt plus hydrogen gas. It is our previous experience. We know many acids. Among them, we had chosen hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, and also nitric acid are our laboratory acids. These are all mineral acids. What are the acids that we have chosen here? In our lab, what acids we will have? These mineral acids that are present in our lab are hydrochloric acid. What is this one? Hydrochloric acid. Next we have H2SO4. That is called as the sulfuric acid. And HNO3. That is called nitric acid. Nitric acid. Here we have discussed in our previous classes that hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid are used. But we didn't use nitric acid. So why don't we use nitric acid for this activity to understand? Yes. First let us continue by doing about 2. Then we will have a clear explanation why don't we use nitric acid to react with metals. We are having a small activity method, like in a test tube, you are going to take some amount of dilute hydrochloric acid, and you are going to take 4 test tubes in that method. How many test tubes in that method? 4 test tubes in that method. These 4 test tubes are all filled with dilute hydrochloric acid only. What are they filled with? Dilute hydrochloric acid only. Remember children, we had arranged the metals in the reactive series: potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver and gold. In this activity, we are not using potassium and sodium. Even calcium also we don't use here. Especially we must not use potassium and sodium because this potassium and sodium are highly reactive towards water itself. They are releasing more amount of hydrogen gas with high amount of heat. If you use them in an acid, it will be too exothermic. So we will not use potassium and sodium while reacting with acids because the reaction will be too exothermic. It will be become like a violent reaction where the apparatus may break down due to the more amount of heat released. Now, how many test tubes have we chosen? 4 test tubes we have chosen. Now, in these 4 test tubes, we are going to take the metals like magnesium, aluminum, zinc and iron. See, in all these test tubes, what have we filled? We have filled with dilute hydrochloric acid. So, we are dropping a piece of magnesium metal in this test tube. Followed by another test tube, we had aluminum, we had zinc and also we had iron. So in all these 4 test tubes, we had dilute hydrochloric acid. Along with that, we had dropped the pieces of metals. Generally, whenever the metal is going to react with acid, there will be salt form and also hydrogen gas will be released with some amount of heat energy. Shall we say this is an exothermic reaction? We can call this one as an exothermic reaction. And in order to study how much of heat is released, we immerse thermometers in these apparatus. Thermometer must not touch the bottom of the test tube. It will be held with the help of a stand. I am not drawing thermometers for remaining. For remaining also thermometers will be placed in the test tube. In the case of these 4 metals, we know what is this one? Decreasing order of reactivity. So, among magnesium, aluminum, zinc and iron, which is highly reactive? Magnesium is highly reactive than aluminum. Yes or no? So, which metal can release more amount of hydrogen and more amount of heat among these 4? Obviously, magnesium is the one that is highly reactive. So, when it is reacted with acid, it releases more amount of hydrogen and more amount of heat. Which metal? Magnesium being highly reactive that releases more amount of hydrogen and more amount of heat. I am giving an equation here, Mg plus HCl. Some students will be asking how to balance the equation, sir. First you must know the compound that will be formed. Magnesium, here I am doing the rough work here. Magnesium, we know its valence is 2 plus. Chlorine is -1. So 2 and 1 upon crisscrossing, what will you get tonight? MgCl2. These are already given in a grade 9 standard. How does magnesium is going to react with hydrochloric acid? It is going to react with hydrochloric acid to form the salt of magnesium chloride. Along with this, what will be released? Hydrogen gas will be released and some amount of heat is also released. Yes or no? Some amount of heat is released. The amount of heat is more in the case of magnesium than aluminum, zinc or iron. But is the equation a balanced equation? The equation is not a balanced equation. Magnesium is called MgCl2. Whereas on the reactant side we got only one hydrogen HCl molecule. So to make this 2 balanced here, I am writing this as 2HCl. So this will become like MgCl2 and hydrogen gas. Now this is a balanced equation and you can try to balance for the remaining aluminum, zinc and iron. Okay, you try children. If you didn't get, then we will see in the next video. Already we discussed how aluminum will react with hydrochloric acid. Now our key concept is arrange the metals in an order that reacts more with the hydrochloric acid, that is releasing more amount of hydrogen with hydrochloric acid is one of the NTSC examination question. So magnesium being highly reactive, it is more reactive than aluminum, than zinc and then iron towards the acids. Magnesium reactivity of metals with acids. Is in this order. Okay, children, where is this very much useful? In the NTSC examination, objective type examinations. We can write the same using dilute sulfuric acid. And now our concept is, does all the metals will react with nitric acid? We had mentioned with a clear point, we don't use nitric acid in this case. In which case, to test the metal with acid. Why? Means, let us come to the main point. Why don't we use nitric acid to test the metal in this activity? Let us see. Why HNO3 is not used. Here the point is, metal when reacted with acid, what is it forming? Salt plus hydrogen gas. Yes or no? In general. But this nitric acid is an strong oxidizing agent. What is this one? Strong oxidizing agent. This is the first time you are learning the word oxidizing agent. Generally, for getting a passport, people will be going for the passport office nowadays. But in the previous days, they used to go for the agents. Passport agent means he will help you to get the passport or the any driving. Before you go to them, you will be going for an agent. He will help you to get the license. Similarly, any agent means they will help the substance to undergo oxidation. They make the other substance to undergo oxidation. Here, what is the word I have used? Oxidizing agent makes another substance to undergo oxidation. It makes another substance to undergo oxidation. Now, what is meant by oxidation? Oxidation, there are many terms, but I am using only one term here, that is addition of oxygen. What is the one? Addition of oxygen. So, come to the point again, children. Nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. Means it makes another species to compulsorily undergo oxidation. What is meant by oxidation? Either to add oxygen. Means it adds oxygen for another species. Who is the one that is going to be added with this oxygen in the general reaction? In the general reaction, metal plus acid, you take any metal and you take nitric acid, you will be taking salt and hydrogen gas. But what is the nature of nitric acid? It makes something to undergo oxidation. It is making this hydrogen gas. It oxidizes the released hydrogen gas H2 plus O2 for balancing. This is the hydrogen gas. It will give oxygen. It is going to form water. Means in the case of nitric acid, you will not find the hydrogen gas is reduced, but instead some water vapor will be formed. But there are the metals that reacts with this nitric acid to release hydrogen gas. To release hydrogen gas. What are the metals? The metals like magnesium. What is the metal here? Magnesium and manganese. Magnesium and manganese. These both will react with nitric acid to release hydrogen gas. To release hydrogen gas. Please observe, these are the only two metals that are under constant, that are reacting with nitric acid to release hydrogen gas, but not to be changed into water. Whenever we see nitric acid is an oxidizing agent, means it makes the hydrogen to undergo the process of gaining oxygen and changing into water itself. This will undergo reduction. What do this will undergo? Reduction. The one that is acting as an oxidizing agent, that will undergo reduction. What is meant by reduction? Reduction means loss of oxygen. Loss of oxygen. Can't we say loss of oxygen? Here how many oxygens are there? 3 oxygens are there. This will be undergoing the process of reduction to form the oxides of NO, N2O, NO and NO2. It is undergoing. Means according to the 10th standard we had different loss of oxygen. But there will be difference in the oxidation state that we will learn in the +1 or +2. So the key point is nitric acid being a strong oxidizing agent oxidizes another substance. It is oxidizing the hydrogen to change into water, and itself it is undergoing the process of reduction to form any one of the oxides of N2O, NO and NO2. So we have discussed how the metals are going to react with acid. We came to know acid, metal plus acid will form salt and hydrogen gas, except in the case of nitric acid. And the metals that react with nitric acid to form hydrogen gas are magnesium and manganese. So this is what the small concept that we had discussed today about the reactivity of metals with acids. Thank you, children.